Hello students, today we will discuss about the torque acting on an electric dipole placed in a uniform electric field. So for that what you have to do is you have to consider a region having uniform electric field which can be represented by parallel lines. If you place a dipole AB of length 2a having charges plus q and minus q in this uniform field such that its axis makes an angle theta with the direction of the electric field, you will find that this dipole will experience a force when placed in this field, because this charge experiences a force in the direction of the field which is F equals to QE, and this opposite to the direction of the field which is F equals to minus QE. This field will try to rotate this dipole in the direction, or you may say in the clockwise direction. Here we have to obtain the expression for the torque which acts on this dipole. As we know that torque is defined as simply the product of the magnitude of either of the forces and the perpendicular distance. So from this figure you can easily have this perpendicular distance BC. How? In this triangle ABC, if you use sine theta, if this is theta, this is also theta. Sine theta is perpendicular over hypotenuse. So you have BC as 2a sine theta. So this is the perpendicular distance between these two forces, this and this. So this distance is BC. So either of the force into perpendicular distance, and here what is the magnitude of the force? Force is F equals to QE. So you can write QE here, and perpendicular distance is BC. So this is BC. So you may write this as QE is equals to 2a sine theta, because the value of BC is 2a sine theta. As you already know by the definition of dipole moment, P equals to Q into 2a. P equals to Q into 2a. So you can place in place of Q into 2a as P. So you have tau equals to PE sin theta. तो यहाँ पे आपने देखा जो टॉर्क लग रहा है डायपोल पर वो PE sin थीटा से दिया जा सकता है. जो P है यहाँ पे वो इलेक्ट्रिक डायपोल मूवमेंट है, E है यूनिफॉर्म इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड है, एंड थीटा क्या है? एंगल बिटवीन द यूनिफॉर्म फील्ड एंड द डायपोल मूवमेंट P. Okay. Now when this torque will be maximum and when it will be minimum? So this torque is maximum when the angle between P and D is 90. So if you place here 90, you have tau equals to P, which is the maximum value of the torque. In the same manner, for zero torque, or in what condition the dipole will not experience any torque? That is possible only when theta is 0. So if you place sin 0 here, you have torque as 0. Okay. So this is the expression you have for the torque acting on an electric dipole placed in a uniform electric field. Now one more topic again related with the electric dipole is the potential energy of an electric dipole, which is the next topic. So what is this potential energy of an electric dipole? Potential energy means the amount of work done in rotating the dipole from one position to another. The amount of work done in rotating the dipole from one position to another is stored in the dipole in the form of potential energy, which is given by U. So now to find the potential energy of an electric dipole, what you have to do is you have to consider again the uniform field. Uniform electric field is this, in which this is the dipole placed such that its axis makes some angle with the direction of the field. If you want to rotate this dipole from here to here, a small angle d theta, you have to do some work. What is that work? That work is stored in the form of electrostatic potential energy inside the dipole. We have to obtain the expression for that. So as we know that the torque acting on an electric dipole is tau equals to PE sin theta. Torque is PE sin theta, as we have obtained the last expression. So the small work done. Now first of all you have to find the small work done in rotating the dipole a small angle d theta here. Then we have to find further the total work done. So small work done, how we can have? The small work done can be given as dw equals to tau d theta. As you know, वर्क डन होता क्या है? फोर्स इनटू डिस्प्लेसमेंट. लेकिन जब रोटेशन का मामला आता है तो वही फोर्स किसमें बदल जाता है? टॉर्क में. और वही डिस्प्लेसमेंट जो लीनियर डिस्प्लेसमेंट है किसमें बदल जाता है? d थीटा, एंगुलर डिस्प्लेसमेंट. सो dw इक्वल्स टू tau d थीटा और you have pe sin theta d theta using this equation number 1. Now to find the total work done in rotating the dipole from initial angle theta 1 to theta 2. मान लीजिए पहले डायपोल जो है थीटा 1 एंगल पे था, जिसने इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड से थीटा 1 एंगल बनाया. अब उसको आपको घुमाना है, इतना घुमाना है कि उसका जो फाइनल एंगल है वो थीटा 2 हो. तो उसके लिए हमें टोटल वर्क कितना करना पड़ेगा? तो उसके लिए हम क्या करेंगे? इस एक्सप्रेशन को इंटीग्रेट कर देंगे. कहां से कहां तक? थीटा 1 से थीटा 2 तक. ये इसकी लिमिट्स होंगी. सो w इक्वल्स टू इंटीग्रल थीटा 1 टू थीटा 2 pe sin theta d theta, this expression. If you further simplify this, you just take pe common. So what is the integration of sin theta d theta? That is minus cos theta, and the limits are theta 1 to theta 2. Now if we place the limits, what you have after putting the limits, we have this will further be equals to, you may take minus b out, you have cos theta 2 minus cos theta 1. This is work, total work done, which is stored in the form of electrostatic potential energy in the dipole. So you have this expression minus b cos theta 2 minus cos theta 1. Now you can have different cases here. If you consider that theta 1 is say 0 and theta 2 is theta. So case first, if theta 1 equals to 0 and theta 2 is equals to theta. So this expression or equation number 3 will implies you what you have? U equals to minus pe cos theta 2. Theta 2 is theta. So cos theta minus cos theta 1 cos 0. Cos 0 is how much? Cos 0 is 1. So you have 1 here. Or further you can write this as pe, or you can leave this like this. Now one more thing is there. If theta 1 is say 90 and theta 2 is say theta. Theta 1 is 90 and theta 2 is theta. Then the same expression you have from here also. U equals to minus pe cos theta 2. So cos theta minus cos 90. What is the value of cos 90? Cos 90 is 0. So you have finally u as minus pe cos theta, or u equals to minus p dot e, because p and e both are vector quantity. So you have the scalar product of these two, which will give you finally the electrostatic potential energy of the dipole. Thank you.